Hi, I'm Jane King, and this is New to the Street in person back here at the NASDAQ market site in New York City. This show is all about public, private, and blockchain companies, how the CEOs, the founders, and the innovators bringing you lots of opportunities to consider. Here we go. The Compass Collection is a national vacation rental marketing company. And with me to explain more, Matt Farhat, the head of business development, and also Heather Plampin, president and CEO. Great to have you guys here from Florida.
Yes,
so I know it's chilly here.
Florida. Quite chilly there right now.
Yeah. Well, makes you feel a little better in New York.
Exactly.
What is the Compass Collection? What do you do? Heather, you want to start off?
Absolutely,
Okay.
yes. The Compass Collection is a nationally branded vacation rental management company. We specialize in revenue management and sales and marketing. Basically, we're here to help an owner hone in on guest experience and operations of their property while we take care of the rest.
Okay.
So we're going to be able to take away the restraints of the technologies they have, no more restrictions that they might have there, no more restraints on their time. We're going to free up their time. We're going to optimize their listing with our national, international prowess that the Compass Collection has to offer.
Okay, so just so I understand it right, so an owner has a property, they're interested in renting it out for someone to come if they want to experience some part of the U.S.
Yes.
And then you kind of take care of all the logistics of that for them, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Yes.
So what makes Compass Collection unique versus other similar companies?
Yeah, great question. We like to describe the Compass Collection as high and to the right. So it's high level expertise, high level value. So we work with our owners and we provide them revenue management, marketing, sales solutions, customer service for the booking process to help them maximize their revenue.
And so now you're truly the CEO of your property, and you're enhanced by this team of support that backs you. And we are the ones that provide the infrastructure. So we can do the revenue, the management of the sales and marketing, while you just take care of what is most important to you. And that's probably asset preservation. So,
and there's no startup cost that's associated with that. It's performance based. When you succeed, we succeed.
Who would you say is the perfect owner of a property that you like to deal with?
Honestly, I'd say the perfect partner for us is someone who's willing to trailblaze, someone who wants to partner with us. They have a beautiful home that they're extremely proud of, but they want to focus on that guest experience. They want to focus on asset preservation. They can handle the operations of their home. They feel confident in doing that. At the same time, they need a higher sophisticated level of infrastructure. And that infrastructure for us is what comes with the package of revenue, marketing, sales. We have the sophisticated technologies to handle all of that for that owner.
Yeah. So there's really two perfect owners that we would work with. There's the self-manager, whether they are self-managing one property, a cabin, a condo, a hotel, a motel. If they have the operations in place and they're self-managing, we're going to help level them up by increasing their revenue potential that a professional manager and marketing team would provide them. If they are someone that's already with a full service company, they're going to be able to benefit from a larger owner take home than the high commission rates that they need to pay a full service management company. But no matter what, either one of those perfect owners, they need to be someone who's as focused on top tier guest experience, hospitality, as they are revenue. And that's the perfect owner for us.
Now, if someone is watching the interview, they're interested in this, they can call you and get a revenue projection. Like, how does that work?
Yeah, so they would contact us through the QR code that's on the screen. We'll work with them to make a custom revenue forecast for their property. So that's not just us utilizing transactional data and marketing data, that's also working with them on the amenities that their home provides, their owner usage. We collaborate with them to create this specific revenue forecast for their home. Once they do that, we're looking to see if they want to trailblaze with us. We have many markets that we're already in. If they want to be a flagship property owner in a new market, we have some incentives, some zero commission start-off incentives if they want to get started. And we have plenty of homes in other markets to show them how well it's going.
Okay. Any final thoughts, Heather?
Well, I just have to say I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah.
And the Compass Collection is just honored to be with you, Jane.
Yeah.
And we look forward to coming back again.
Great. Well, it's great to have you guys here. Best
Thank
of
you.
luck.
Thank you
All
so
right,
much.
thank you.
Clean Vision identifies and supports innovative companies in clean energy and sustainability, aiming to meet global market needs while improving customer quality of life and reducing greenhouse gas emissions. At Clean Vision, we provide consultancy services, helping organizations enter new markets faster and become more profitable. Clean Vision, the future of clean energy.
Dynex is a disruptive company that wants to bring supercomputing to everyone. And with me is technology expert, also blockchain pioneer Clifford Mapp. So welcome, great to have you here. So explain what that means exactly. What are you trying to do?
Sure. So Dynex runs a neuromorphic network for, shall we make it a little bit easier? A neuromorphic network is patterned on a human brain. So much in the way that your neurons and electrons fire, Dynex can do something similar by using logical gates to pass that information no matter which way it determines it. It can run at quantum level efficiency, which is super, super rare in anyone's case to do it on existing equipment. Normally you would need expensive, we're talking hundreds of millions of dollars worth of investment just to build one unit. But Dynex's network is big enough to handle multiple clients all at the same time simultaneously.
Okay, interesting and very technical. So can you explain to me or give me an application or an example of how this would work?
Sure, absolutely. The best example would be our new virtual wind tunnel for automotive industry. So on average, a wind tunnel will set you back 150, 200 million in just building it. Then you've got maintenance costs, staffing costs, expertise that you need there to run it. And the costs just spiral expensively. I recently spoke to a few automotives and they spend a lot of money in CFD or computational fluid dynamics. What that is how air or liquid interacts with an object. And that takes a lot of processing power. Well, what we found was Dynex can do what we dubbed QCFD, or quantum computational fluid dynamics. And what we found is that it will give that efficiency and make it a real lot cheaper when it comes to the end user. So if an automotive car company that's maybe smaller, that can't afford a wind tunnel, now has access to that service to use, and the costs will be very, very reasonable compared to renting a physical wind tunnel. So it's a really interesting project at the moment.
So now you mentioned the wind tunnel. Would there be other industries where this would be applicable?
Yeah, I mean, we've already looked into a few other sectors. Medical is one of them because we've got a quantum-based image recognition system that can be trained in order to identify things like cancer, genetic problems in your makeup. It could be used to do blood work. It could be used for even things like pharmaceutical, medical applications, like what would happen if you took this medicine and waited 10 years? Well, normally, those sort of test runs would have to wait for the 10 years. But what if you could simulate it and actually take 10 years but simulate it in 10 minutes? Would you be able to know a drug's safe or not safe to use? Or do you need to change it because there's too many side effects, shall we say? So it's a really interesting thing. There's so many different industries, and financial is another one that people have looked into. Predictive models and so forth for potentially the stock exchange. It really can be used in whichever way you can genuinely think about it.
Okay, absolutely fascinating. Thank you so much, Clifford, for coming in and giving us at least an overview
Absolutely.
of Dynex.
I love it.
Thanks. Acurax Pharmaceuticals is a late-stage biopharmaceutical company developing a new class of small molecule antibiotics for difficult-to-treat bacterial infections. It's recently released clinical data for its leading antibiotic candidate used to treat C. diff. And with me is CEO David Lucci to update us on these clinical trials. They've been kind of coming fast and furious lately. So this was positive microbiology and microbiome data from the phase 2B clinical trial. So summarize what happened.
Indeed, Jane. Thanks for having us. I think it was our strongest press release yet. We had certainly a number of compliments from our institutional investor base. So what happened in a nutshell, in terms of the microbiology, which is what the R&D guys focus on from Big Pharma, we're showing that 94% of our patients treated with our ibezapolstat, our investigative antibiotic to treat C. diff patients, 94% of them by the end of day 3 of a 10-day treatment regimen had no C. difficile left. So their infections were gone. And yet with oral vancomycin, which is broad spectrum antibiotic as opposed to us, we're a narrow spectrum, oral vancomycin after day 3 of a 10-day treatment regimen only cleared 71% of the patients with C. difficile. So that shows the power of our program compared to a standard of care in a billion-dollar industry. On the microbiome, what we showed is we have consistent preservation and restoration of the healthy microbiome, the good bacteria in our gut. So patients with C. diff had a logarithmic increase in the healthy bacteria to back to normal during the 10-day treatment, whereas patients on oral vancomycin, some of them had a logarithmic benefit, but most of them had a logarithmic deterioration in the healthy bacteria in the gut. Most of them. And that's because it's a broad spectrum antibiotic. And we have what we call, the science guys call it a logarithm, a violin chart in our poster presentation that's on our website that we presented last week at a scientific conference, a microbiome conference in Texas. So that shows exactly what I'm talking about. It's just another couple of pieces to the puzzle that show how we're separating, in a positive way, our ibezapolstat compared to the standard of care to treat patients with C. diff.
Anything else investors should know?
The best is yet to come. Things are looking really good. We are chock full with press for the next 12 months throughout 24. And at one point in 2024, we hope to be able to put a decision to our board to say, we either have a transaction with X company, here's the letter of intent, and here's the status of our phase 3 preparedness. So our board will be able to pick out of basket A or basket B, and then management's done its job and done the best for the interest of the shareholders.
Yeah, okay. Well, I look forward to our next conversation and update. Thanks, David.
Thank you, Jay.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Every day, we rise. As students,
7 days,
as competitors, but most importantly, as people. And sure, some of us will be talented enough to shock the world from an arena floor. But it's more important that all of us be strong enough to get up off of life's metaphorical one. That's why, while here, we are equipped to succeed, to ascend as leaders in the greatest race of all, the human one.
IMG Academy is the world's leading sports education brand, providing access and opportunity for student athletes. So with me is Tim Pernetti, the president of IMG Academy. Great to have you back here at the NASDAQ.
Thanks for having me,
So
Jane.
kind of lay the groundwork. Explain in detail what everything that IMG Academy does.
Well, you did a great job kicking it off.
Yeah.
IMG Academy is the leading global sports education brand. And naturally we're known as a brand for sport, but the model at IMG Academy is designed on holistic and intentional personal development. But what IMG Academy really has become is a suite of products, whether it's online recruiting or online coaching, or the core product, which is the physical campus in Bradenton, Florida, 600 acres, 1,500 students attending the boarding school, thousands of kids coming to sports camps in the summer, MLS teams doing preseason training, NFL teams on bye weeks. It's become a hub sort of as the epicenter of what we do. But the difference maker is in how we approach the entire proposition for young people. Intentional personal development is designed to help young people win their future in college, in life, whatever they choose to do. And what's unique is we build the model based on 4 core areas. There's a student life component. Kids live there. They live together. They're on a physical campus. There is academics. There are athletics. And then there is what we call athletic and personal development. And that personal development is really what the game changer, difference maker is for us, and really makes IMG Academy one of one.
So sports boarding school, some people say, it sounds like it's more than that, but is that kind of the basic premise here?
Well, I love when people say to me, IMG Academy in sports, I want to grab them by the hand and take them inside the walls and show them what we do, because students will spend a committed amount of time on sport every single day, but they also will spend time at school. They will spend time with each other, and they will spend time doing some personal development in something different almost every day. Personal development, think about it as a funnel of life skills. Okay, so naturally I'm an athlete. I have to get stronger. There's strength and conditioning. I have to be physically fit. There's conditioning and endurance and speed. But there's leadership. There's confidence building. There is mental conditioning. There's mindset training. There's nutrition. There is brand building. We're teaching kids about social media. We're educating on name, image, and likeness, which is a very hot thing right now in sports. So the idea is to bring a funnel of life skills to every young person, which adequately prepares them for whatever they choose to do, which starts with their college journey.
Okay, now are these high school students, college students, both, or just college, or?
No, so the boarding school is grades 6 to 12.
Okay.
We also do have some postgraduate students that are graduated from high school and doing an additional year as they start to figure out their college path. But naturally, academics is sort of a core component of it. While we're known for sports, we also are opening everyone's eyes to this is a unique model that doesn't exist anywhere in the world.
Yeah. So, and you mentioned the personal development along with the athletics, and that's kind of an innovative concept. You mentioned no place else like it. Explain that a little bit more. How does that work exactly?
Sure. So, athletes, I think it was different when we were younger and we were athletes. You worked hard, you played, but the pressures of the presence and social media and exposure, and students deal with more that compete in athletics and just sort of generally in their high school life than they ever did before. So the way for us to truly develop the entire individual and not just their sport ability or not just their ability in school is to help them focus on the things that will change the game. And I'll give you a great example. For all the Michigan fans, Michigan won the national championship in football. J.J. McCarthy, their starting quarterback, was a student at IMG Academy.
Okay.
And it was during the COVID year, and it was challenging for a lot of our young people. J.J. McCarthy benefited from our personal development more than anyone because confidence, mindset, we got him into meditation when he was there, and he told a whole story at his press conference about learning to deal with mental health through meditation. And if you go to a Michigan game, even the national championship, he sat under the goalpost an hour before the game meditating. So all the noise going around, and he's sitting there with his eyes closed, focused on meditation. That is a direct result of our personal development.
So what's in the future for IMG Academy?
Oh God, the list is so long, we could go on and on. But I think the key to really building a great experience is to focus on the things you can do really, really well, versus trying to do everything at once, and it becomes mediocre. But we were acquired last summer we exited Endeavor. We were acquired by EQT in private equity. The awesome news about this is they also own a portfolio company called Nord Anglia Education. Nord is home to more than 80 of the top boarding schools all over the world. So now we have a true partner in the education collaboration lane. And in exchange, we're bringing sport education into some of their institutions all over the world, which we're already doing with online coaching, and we'll do with sports camps next summer. So that collaboration is really going to up the ante on our game in a lot of ways, because we have like-minded people in the building with us that are colleagues. And then lastly, the 600-acre campus is expanding. There'll be new facilities. We launched new sports like Tied to Girls. We launched girls volleyball last year. It's been a monster success. There will be new sports in our future, new facilities in our future, with everything that is focused on experience. But this went from being a place to being a suite of connected products. And I also anticipate we're going to develop some fun new products along the way that not only develop young people, but develop professionals and coaches and executives along the way. Like, I'm excited about what's next.
Yeah, it makes sense. So Tim, thanks so much for coming in and updating us on IMG.
Thank you, Jane.
Thanks.
your data is vulnerable to hackers, with email being the cause of 91% of all cyber attacks. Introducing secure, Swiss-hosted, data-mine-free, private and secure solutions to protect your communications. Secure Mail offers secure and private email communication. Secure Messenger offers private and secure chats. Secure VPN encrypts your internet traffic and protects your digital identity. Regain your privacy today. Visit Secure at secure.com.
Hey everyone, I'm Anna Berry, and this is your Secure Privacy and Security segment, The Weekly Hack, with the CEO of Secure, Alain Guillay. All right, Alain, our weekly hack topic is kind of a big deal. One of the largest mortgage lenders in the US just suffered a massive security breach. It enabled hackers to access 14 million social security numbers, bank account numbers, and other sensitive information. So break it down. What happened and what are some steps we can take to make sure that doesn't happen to us?
Yes, so that was, I think the broker is called, well, I forgot, but anyway, it's Mr. Cooper. And that's a huge, I guess, mortgage broker, consolidator. We actually work with someone in our investor relation that has a mortgage with Mr. Cooper, and was telling me they just got a letter, and all they do is they say, okay, now we offer you this free monitoring service. So what happened is what's happening to all the time. Whoever was a breach, their emails were being monitored, probably for several months. And then the hackers found out who has access to what database, what they do, and so forth, because 91% of all hack and all breach start with email. And then from there, they were able to basically steal the data, and the rest is history. Now you have 14 million people that have their entire financial history, their social security, their date of birth, their names, address, phone number, email, etc., that are out pretty bad. And this happens because a lot of these big companies just use the same one or two big tech company that everybody uses without any regard to security or privacy. And when you send an email outside of your server, typically it's like an open postcard. And that's why with Secure, we have our countermeasure that doesn't let the hacker read your email, essentially.
And talk a little bit about that. How does Secure Mail and Secure Send help protect you from things like this happening?
Well, if you use Secure Mail, we have a feature called Secure Send. And the concept is you can send an email to anybody within or outside of the secure network. So if somebody that uses another email, they get an email with a notification with a link to click. And when they click, they connect directly to our server in Switzerland. Our server environment has multiple locations, multiple redundant. Concept is instead of sending an email back and forth on the open internet, even if it's so-called encrypted, we basically all connect to the same server. That eliminates business email compromise, which is basically an email being intercepted and changed around, and maybe you're going to wire money to the hacker or something like that. And that's what happened. That's inclusive with all our packages. We also recommend using a true highly encrypted VPN, not one of these open source big tech VPN out there. And we offer that with Swiss IP addresses, which cannot be sold, divulged, and so forth. So we don't data mine you, we keep your data private, and we have these countermeasures to round trip an email to someone that doesn't have secure, and they just use secure reply, they reply right back. Super easy to use. So that's kind of what we tell businesses and consumers to do.
Break down the prices for our viewers, and I know that you have a promo code for our viewers today.
Yes, so the promo code is privacy. It gets you 15% off for the next 5 years. The pricing, if you buy, let's say, the VPN and the messenger and the email, you get one of them at $2 cheaper, so it's $14 a month minus the 15%. For a business, it's a little bit more because you can migrate your email domain with us. You know, the whole thing is going to run you like $12 a month all the way to, let's say, 20. On a yearly basis, you get a month off. It's extremely affordable for privacy and security. That I would recommend, you know, $20 a month or even 10. It's a very small price to pay to keep your privacy.
Just depends on how much your privacy is worth to you. Great segment. Thank you so much for joining us, Alain. And I want to make sure our audience knows every week we have a different topic on the Weekly Hack.
Every day, we rise. As students,
7 days,
as competitors, but most importantly, as people. And sure, some of us will be talented enough to shock the world from an arena floor. But it's more important that all of us be strong enough to get up off of life's metaphorical one. That's why, while here, we are equipped to succeed, to ascend as leaders in the greatest race of all, the human one.
Your data is vulnerable to hackers, with email being the cause of 91% of all cyber attacks. Introducing secure, Swiss-hosted, data-mine-free, private and secure solutions to protect your communications. Secure Mail offers secure and private email communication. Secure Messenger offers private and secure chats. Secure VPN encrypts your internet traffic and protects your digital identity. Regain your privacy today. Visit Secure at secure.com.